Hey, Bob, you're watching Dolly Vision.
The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
What is up, YouTube? Dolly back in the house again tonight. And boy, do I got some shit to say. Okay, some people out here, y'all done bumped y'all's head, done lost your mind, and it's done pissed me off tonight. And I'm going to talk about it with you guys. First, I'm going to need you, though, to leave your DNA and a like on the video. Ain't nothing changed. Just because Dolly's mad don't mean you ain't got to like the video. Okay? You still got to like the video. You still got to leave your fingerprints. You still got to leave your DNA. And, of course, if you're brand new here, sub up. Ring the bell for notifications. If you're not a big goofball. Now, check this out, guys. So, yesterday I started covering the Melodee Buzzard case of the 9-year-old little girl that went missing out of California, which is super urgent case because nobody knows where this little girl is. And we believe this little girl to be alive. I'm thinking she's alive. I'm thinking her mother hit her. And I'll get into the details of that in just a few minutes. So you guys know I have a Facebook group that used to be called the Search for the Lost and Missing, or no, it was Help the Lost and the Missing. And it used to be the Search for Sebastian Rogers. Then the title changed to the Search for the Lost and Missing because I want to talk about more kids. Then we focused on Jack&Lily and we changed the name. No, did it? It was Sebastian. It's changed a bunch of damn times. Okay. The name of the group has changed a bunch of times depending on what case we're focusing on. So I was working on the header of putting all the different kids up there on the header of the Facebook and the name. So what I didn't know is when you change a name on Facebook, you can only change it every 28 days. I didn't know that. Okay. I learned that today when I was trying to update the title, but the title was the search. I changed it to the search for Melodee Buzzard because this information right now is brand new. We need to find this child. Time is of the essence. And I made a damn 3-hour video talking about that yesterday. Okay, so I was thinking, okay, well, let's get the information pouring in. Let's change the name of the group. And some people in the group got big ass butthurt and said some pretty hateful things about me in the group, right? which I couldn't understand. The group has changed multiple times of the name of the group. And it wasn't like I was telling people, hey, you still can't suppose. And even me, I post about Sebastian in that group. I post about Summer in that group. I post about Jack&Lily in that group. And I'm started to post about the little girl missing from California in that group, right? So people are like, oh, Dolly's done made enough money off of Jack&Lily. And that shit pissed me off. If I could reach through the computer and shake the shit out of somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, it aggravates me that bad because I put in a lot of work to bring awareness to these kids while people just shit all over everything I do. Like, the more I try to help, it's like people are just, I don't know if they just having a bad life, a bad day, or just whatever it may be. Now, I can tell you this. I spent a lot of money traveling looking for these kids. I spent a lot of time. I'm talking millions and millions of views spreading awareness for missing children. I done been all over the damn country searching for kids. I done been out in the woods, been out in the damn desert, you name it. Dolly has done it. And these people ain't done jack shit. And it pisses me off. Like, if you have a problem that bad with my group, go make your own damn group. Get out there and search. These people that leave these shitty comments on people's pages. Every time I've been out in the trenches looking for one of these kids, I ain't never seen one of you damn people out there. Not my chat room people. I'm talking about these people that are leaving these nasty comments. Usually most people are encouraging, thank you, Dolly, for what you do. Good job, Dolly. Let's find these kids. Let's bring awareness. Who would shit on somebody who's trying to bring awareness to missing kids? Okay? It blows my mind that somebody can be that horrible and that terrible a person and say things so hateful to me like I'm not a real person. Okay? Listen, I want to explain this to you hating ass people out there. I don't have to do this. I choose to do this because I'm a good human being. That's why I do it. And if you ain't a good human being, get the fuck off of my Facebook group. Okay? I don't need you. You don't make that much of a difference in my life. If you support me, thank you guys. That's what I need in this journey of looking for missing people is support. I don't need people hating on me. Go find somebody else to hate on. Go to a drama channel. Go to a crama channel. Go do some shit like that. But don't come on my page leaving me nasty ass comments because I got zero tolerance for that. Because, you don't know me. You think you see somebody on the internet and you think you know them. You don't. Okay? And here's the thing. If you got the shit to say about what I've done, show me you have done more. Before you even speak my name, show me what you're doing to help find missing kids. Show me. Don't say something hateful to me. Just show me. Okay? Be like, Dolly, look, this is what I'm doing. You a piece of shit. And then I'll be like, you right. I'm a piece of shit. You done did 50 times more than me. You done traveled internationally. Damn, you been in underwater scuba diving with the damn Adventures with Purpose. I mean, show me something you've done. Right? Before you shit on all the hard work that I've put in for the last 5 years. This channel just turned 5 years old. 5 years we've been on this journey together, right? And people are still just hateful, shitty human beings. It blows my mind, guys. It blows my mind. Now, I just wanted to vent a little bit coming into this because this stuff really, people think I don't give a damn about these kids. And it blows my mind because all I want is these kids found. That's why I do it. I mean, I could have named a damn Facebook group Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. It could have been anything, right? It could have been anything. But I found out this. It don't matter what I do, right? It don't matter what I do. Somebody's going to be pissed off at anything I do, no matter what it is. I could save 1,000 people from dying in a plane crash, and people would be like, yeah, but he's still, he's a grifter, right? They'd say something horrible, like just terrible. I could find a cure for cancer and they'd be like, well, he's still ugly as shit. Like, damn, like, can I catch a break just a little? Can you get off my back, like clawing it the hell out of me? Like, you be a decent human being. Okay, be a decent human being. Who hates on a person searching for missing kids? And I see if I was doing something terrible on the internet or I was or something like that, but I'm not. You know, my whole thing is bringing awareness to these people that are missing. And you know, you guys in the chat have brought this little girl to my attention. So I wanted to do my best part to get her face out there because I believe that's the most important thing right now. Listen, I care about for you people that was like all upset about it being Jack and Lily and now it's something different. I could have started a new group, but the point of it is there's thousands of people in the group. I want you thousands of people to see this little girl. Listen, Jack and Lily's been gone for a while. I don't believe them children are with us anymore. I don't. Sad trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. Oh, I'll block them, but I'm just saying. I didn't take the time to do that. I just deleted what they were saying. These kids, the RCMP has failed Jack and Lily Sullivan. Okay, not Dolly. Dolly didn't fail these kids. The police failed these kids. We know what happened to these kids. Is there anybody in here that don't know what happened to those kids? Anybody? Is there still people that believe they on an Indian reservation? We know what happened to Jack and Lily. We know Jack and Lily is not with us anymore. We know these things. It's like if you don't, your ass probably don't belong in true crime. Okay, you probably don't belong in true crime. But you know what? We don't know what happened to Melodee. Right? We don't know where this little girl's at because her mama's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Did her mama take her and drop her off somewhere and then come back? A lot of people believe she came back because she gets her check on the 3rd and she was going to get that check and take off. A lot of people think that. So to me, the most important picture right this second to get out is the picture of the little girl that's active right now. Listen, we know Sebastian's been gone 2 years. Okay. Nothing's going to change that. The little boy, he's not with us anymore. It's heartbreaking. It's terrible. You know, I've been out in them woods in Tennessee. I've been out there multiple times looking for this little boy. Summer Wells. Don and Candace don't even think she's here. And we know it. We know some foul play fell upon little Summer Wells that's on the screen right now. I'm not saying that, to me, all these kids matter. But sometimes there's something that's active that we all need to jump on right this minute. And that is this little girl. Because there's still hope in that case. Now, I ain't going to say there's zero hope in the search for Sebastian or Summer Wells or Jack and Lily. But I'm saying there's very little hope. I ain't saying zero. I'm saying just very little. And I think deep inside, we all know these things, right? Especially for people that's been here with me for 5 years. We know. I don't give up on these kids. Just like Emmanuel Harborough on the screen. You seen I was in a damn desert. It was 125 degrees. People were falling out there just from the heat. These people leaving these negative comments and these hateful things on the page. I didn't see you in the desert with me. I was looking behind all the cactuses. I was like, I don't see none of the haters out here. Okay. All these people that think they can do it better than Dolly does it. Right. It just blows my mind. And that is just some of the stuff that I wanted to get off my chest. If you don't support me, right, in my efforts of what I'm doing, then there really ain't no need for you to be a part of that Facebook group. Okay. That Facebook group, it's all missing people are important. Okay. This little girl that's missing, she's just as important as Jack and Lily. She's just as important as Sebastian. She's just as important as Summer Wells or Cody Bigsby or Harmony Montgomery, or all these kids' lives matter. Okay. And I try my best to give all of them the attention that they need. Okay. Sometimes I'll talk about what's happening right now, but we just put out a video on Sebastian. Sebastian's been missing 2 years. We just put out a video on Summer Wells. She's been missing 4 years. We still ain't forgot about Monkey Michael Vaughn. Okay. His mama's in recovery. She got a new kidney. We stay on top of these cases, even to damn Quentin Simon. I had a heart attack, was in court to watch her mama get prosecuted. Okay. I don't know what these people think. If you don't, there's no way to make everybody happy. Okay. I'm not going to be able to please everybody all the time. I just ain't going to be able to do it. There's going to be some things I do that you don't like. Okay. But leave all that negativity. Like, I don't know if you're just a negative person or negative Nancy, whatever the hell they call it. Right. But I try to bring good people here. I try to draw good people. I do good things because I like to keep good people around me. I try not to involve myself with the bad, because then that brings bad people. And then bad people are usually ones that be saying negative and hateful things. If you ain't got something positive to say to me and uplifting to say to me, then don't say nothing to me. Okay? Because that's all I want to hear is good stuff. I don't want to hear bad things. I don't want your input on how terrible of a person I am. Okay. And if you think that, you may need to look in the mirror and ask yourself, why do I think this? Right? Am I doing what he's doing? Have I done as much as this man has done for the last 5 years? Okay. We all love you, Dolly. I know. But there was a couple people that said some hateful things and it pissed me off. Right? I get tired of hearing that stuff, because if nobody knows how hard I work, I know how hard I work to do what we do here on this channel. And it's just the traveling alone is stressful for me. Okay. Just being on those. I don't like being on planes. I don't like doing it. Okay. I don't like planes. They scare me every time I get on one. They don't know the sacrifices that I make. They're not standing out with it. They're sweating while I'm pouring ice water on my head so I don't die in the damn desert. They're not picking sticker bushes out of me when I'm walking through the woods in Tennessee. They're not doing these things. All they're doing is getting behind a keyboard and saying some mean shit because their life sucks. Okay, listen, if your life sucks, it's not my fault. Make your life better. Or if you're miserable in your existence, and you just would you say something hateful to a stranger? Would you just walk by somebody and go, you know what? You a piece of shit. You know, you don't do shit for missing kids. Like, most of these people that say these things, they don't even know me. Right. And they damn sure don't support me. They don't watch the channel. When I look at some of these hateful comments, it's always people I don't see in the chat. Right. Because I know you guys in the chat. I talk to you all the time. I talk to you on the phone. I know the people that rock with me. And it's always these people that you ain't never seen their name, or I don't know. But I just, if you're not happy with the group, okay, get out. If only one kid matters to you, one kid, whether it be Summer Wells, Sebastian, Roger, Jack, you might not belong in the group. Okay. You might not belong in the group, because here we believe all kids matter. Okay. Like, all lives matter. All kids matter. All missing people matter. My life is just as important as your life. I go through the same stress as you. I might just be a happier person in life because my life ain't miserable. I'd rather be happy and joyous and say good things about people than come up here and tell you that y'all are miserable ass people leaving these comments. I don't want to do that. Right? Why put me, it's like misery loves company. Since you're in such a shitty mood, you're like, well, let me say something hateful to Dolly to piss him off. Right? You ain't got to do that. There's plenty of people you can piss off on the internet. There's plenty of channels where shit talking is completely acceptable, but this ain't the channel for it. And I'm going to have zero tolerance for it moving forward. You got something hateful to say, you just go somewhere else and say it. Don't say it here, because as soon as you say it, we're going to block you. You're not going to ever get unblocked, and we're just going to keep on moving like we always have. And then what it is, and this is what pisses me off even more. People will say something shitty to me, and then they'll come back like 2 months later and be like, oh, Dolly, I'm sorry. I didn't, I thought this. I didn't realize you was doing all that. And, all the good things you do. Right? Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm a forgiving person, but I don't forget. I don't forget stuff like that. Dolly, unfortunately, same YouTube channels are creating creators against creators. It is upsetting the families involved and these kids. Bless you, Dolly, for everything you do. Well, thank you. Thank you. And now listen, you ain't got to praise me, right? You don't got to praise me. You ain't got to thank me. Just don't say hateful, mean things to me. I'm a human being just like you. Does anybody in here like it when people say mean, hateful things to them? Do you? I don't. Right? I'm a human being just like I got to read this shit. So I take 3 minutes out of my day to read your hateful ass comment. I'm giving you my time that I can't get back, and that's to read something hateful. Right? Because you ain't got nothing better to say. And you extra hateful if you took the time to type it. Okay, because typing takes time. I don't usually say mean shit because I don't feel like typing all that shit out. I'm lazy. Okay, I ain't gonna be like, oh, boo, boo, boo. I gotta be really mad and got some spite in my heart if I'm gonna type out a paragraph of how shitty of a person you are. I like, all these people that think I'm making all this money. I like for you to see my fucking bank account. All right. That has a whole lot of zeros in it. It has a whole lot of, thank God I got overdraft protection. Okay. Thank God I got overdraft protection. I got bills too, right? You think the cable just magically stays on? You think the lights stay on? If I was making all this money out here, would I do all the things I do, like make soaps, lotions, body washes, t-shirts, hats, all these things to try to survive? I don't think so. So be a little, if you're going to leave a comment, guys, and trust me, I'm not talking to you. The people that left the hateful comments, they know who they are, right? They know who they are. They know what they said. That's unnecessary. That's all I wanted to touch on that part of the good Dolly rant. You know what I'm saying? And I wish you people that hateful as you are, nothing but the best. Okay? I don't hate you. I don't know you. What do I have bad to say about you? I don't want to put bad out into the universe because bad stuff comes back to you. Right? That's how I look at it. Is you put this bad out here, this bad is going to come back to you. So maybe that's why they're mean, because bad things are falling upon them. I learned that a long time ago. Now I ain't claiming to be no saint, okay, or some great ass person. I try to be a decent dude. That's it. Decent. Just decent. Not great. Just okay. Like, I'm still hold the door for you. I'll still be nice to you. All those good things, right? But some of the stuff I read over changing the name of a group from looking for one missing kid to another missing kid, it just blew my mind. Like, that's all it took to piss people off at me, is to change the name of a Facebook group. That you could just as easily go start a Facebook group, but you didn't. Right? Because you wanted to get on mine and shit talk, when you could have just as easily went and created your own group. But the problem with that is nobody probably would have seen your Facebook group because you're hateful, and people are not usually attracted to hate. I mean, there are some people, there's hate channels up here on YouTube and they have an audience. Okay. It's a small audience, but they have an audience for that type of stuff. So maybe people would have watched your stuff. I don't know. But before you leave something hateful, all I'm asking is you show me what you have done for missing kids. Any missing kid or any missing person or damn missing dog or cat. Okay, you can be like, Dolly, I got a cat out of a tree one day. You're a piece of shit. And I'll be like, okay, I'm probably a piece of shit, right? Probably a piece of crap. I'm glad you got the cat out the tree. Okay. But if you ain't get a cat out the tree and you just saying something hateful, all I see is the hate in you. I don't see the good in you. I just see the hate because you left a hateful comment. Like, at least put some, so I don't think you're a bad person. At least put, hey, one time I helped an old lady cross the street, you ugly bitch, right? And then I'd be like, yeah, I am kind of ugly, right? I'm glad that old lady got across the street. So, if If you're going to say something mean, say something nice first. Okay. Would that be helpful? That'd be a little bit helpful, right? My ex got my cat out the tree. So there you go. See, your ex is pretty good dude. I don't know why he's an ex, but you know, at least he got your cat out the tree, right? So with that said, enough of the Dolly rant. I'm just moving forward. If you say something hateful in my Facebook group, I don't care if I name it Save a Cat from a Tree, okay? Help an old lady cross the street. I don't give a damn what I name the site. It's going to be the same site always. And as we're talking about cases, the name may change. So if you're part of that group and you've been in there, you're more than welcome to post anything about any missing child, any missing person in the group. All right. It don't matter if the group says to search for Sebastian, if the group says to search for the missing, if it says we need answers for Melodee Buzzard, or if it says Sebastian Rogers is gone. It don't matter what it is. You can post about any missing person you want up there. All right. That's perfectly fine if you're in that group. If you ain't in that group, then don't even worry about none of this whole conversation. It don't even matter to you, right? It don't even matter to you. But if you are, understand that the group name may change. But if you look at the description of the group, it says, we search for all missing people or something like that, right? It's in the description of what the channel is about. The title is it's a tag, right? Like anything else. So this little girl's missing. And this is what created this controversy because you guys brought this to my attention. So we thought it was urgent. So we put her picture as the header. We put her picture on the thumbnail. And it was just hoping that it was our quickest way for thousands of people to see the image of this little girl that is missing. All right. And that was my whole thing. But out of that, I'm a piece of crap. People are talking about like, you know, I don't care about these kids, but yet they're not sharing the kids. You can click onto their picture, onto their profile, and they ain't shared one picture of any of these kids. And I always ask you guys, hey, share these pictures on your Facebook. It's important, right? It's important to share these pictures. Dolly, tell them I have a hard shell, so your words can't hurt me. The words don't hurt me. Their words piss me off. There's a difference. Hurt, you couldn't phase me as far as hurting me. Pissing me off, that's a totally different thing, right? That's a totally different thing because I know these things ain't true, right? And if they believe these things, they're ignorant. They're just ignorant, right? Because thank you, Susie, for subbing up the channel. There's a million things I could do on YouTube. And trust me, I would be successful at all of them. Okay. Like even if I wanted today to start a damn UFC channel, you can believe Dolly would have a big ass UFC channel. When I was doing entertainment news on YouTube, I had a big ass entertainment news channel. That channel has 40,000 people. Okay. And then I just kind of gave up on it. I wasn't interested in it. But I believe I would be decent at whatever I chose to do up here on YouTube. But I chose this because I thought this made a difference in the world. I thought I was doing something good in the world. I thought this was something that was helpful. I'm a father, you know. If my child was missing or something was happening to my kid, I would want this information out there. I'd want people sharing the information. Right? Along the way, we've helped plenty of families. Plenty of families. Have we brought any loved ones home? Not yet, but we ain't gave up. You know, I've helped in many searches that recovered Avra hooks. You know, even myself, I found 2 dead bodies. That was bad. You know what I'm saying? But so, and just the stuff we do for people and helping people along the way over the last 5 years. For the last, 3 years, we've had our Christmas wish campaign. Every year we buy a family Thanksgiving. We're going to be doing that too. I don't know if for y'all that tuned in to Turtle Island, but we're going to be on my kick and we're going to be auctioning stuff off. And that stuff goes to our Thanksgiving fund. And then we're going to take that money from auctioning Dolly stuff off, like signed shirts and hats and soaps and lotions and hoodies, like Where's the Baby hoodies and stuff like that. And then that money is going to go to buy a family in need Thanksgiving this year. Okay. And then, of course, at Christmas, we help 3 families, and we call it our Christmas Wish campaign. We've been doing it every year for 3 years. Last year, we bought, of course, Brandy Neal. Prayers for Brandy. She's still recovering from kidney surgery, which is the mother of Michael Monkey Vaughn. We bought her kids Christmas, her some stuff, and, other families in need Christmas for the last 3 years. And we're going to do that again this year. And usually it's 3 families we help. I hope we can do more. I want it to grow a little bit each year and do a little bit more for each family. So we're going to be starting that in the beginning of November, because this is a time where we try to give back. Okay. And nobody's ever like, well, Dolly does good. It's I change the name of something and get attacked. Okay. But people don't remember the good stuff they do. They just always remember the bad. Okay. And that's crazy to me. Okay. And no matter what people say, I'm going to try to put the best I can into this world with the time that I have here with you guys. All right. Remember that. So the little girl goes missing, right? On October 7th was the last time she was seen. This is Melodee Buzzard. Okay. Weird last name. I don't know. How do you get the last name Buzzard? Right? Like, unless you're like native or something, you know how you have like running bulls, sitting duck. Buzzard almost sounds like a native name to me. I mean, maybe differently. And I'm not joking. It does. Like, I don't run across very many people with the last name Buzzard, but it's a beautiful little girl. And basically she hadn't been seen by her school in over a year. Right? She hadn't been seen by the school in over a year. Her mother was homeschooling her. And the weird thing about this was her mother wasn't letting her have contact with the rest of the family. So they were living a very sheltered life in their home, and they didn't actually come out much. So it don't look like the little girl had very many friends at 9 years old. There is a family here with the last name Butt. LOL, says Megan. But I mean, you don't want to end up with one of those names where you're a kid and you go to school and you get the shit joked out of you because of your name. You know what I'm saying? I knew this girl and we used to pick on her so bad in school. She was one of our buddies though. So she's a really cool girl, but her name was Angie Suckerfuss. Okay. So many people used to come up with crazy names to call her, right? Because her name was Angie Suckerfuss. So Angie, if you watching this, don't be mad at me. She's still one of my friends to today. But in high school, we used to just like, just ribbing, right? Everybody was cool with her. Like, we didn't bully her, right? She wasn't bullied. She was just picked on a lot, right? Like, picked on and bullying is different. Bullying is when you being mean, and picking on somebody is when you laughing at them, but you're really cool with them. She was always cool with everybody, but she just had a crazy name, right? So we used to pick on her about her name. And I the thing is, you don't want to grow up with a name like that. I knew a dude named Boner. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You don't want to have one of those names where I have a real common name, so it wasn't really much you could joke on my name, but it's just super common. So the little girl basically hadn't, been, what it was the year before she went missing, her mother was homeschooling her, but she was taking her to school for like different projects. So whether it would go on field trips or turn in paperwork or for testing, she was showing up. But then the following year, which would be the 2025 year, this year, she never showed up with the little girl. So the school got concerned, and of course came a knocking. And when they did, she basically said she didn't know where the child was. So, of course, lately the family's been showing up out over to her house from the father's side. Now, Melodee's father died in a motorcycle accident. Okay. So he's deceased. So his side of the family, of course, has been going over to the house in the last 2 weeks, asking where the little girl is at. And of course, the little girl is nowhere to be found. And I don't, how many of y'all watch Prime? There's a show on Prime called Making a Serial Killer. Has anybody seen that show? Anybody seen it? I watched a show of it tonight, and it was about a little boy. And was it on Making a Murder? No, I'm sorry, it was on YouTube. I was watching Making a Murder, and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, PJ had changed it to YouTube, and it's about a boy, and his brother went in the house looking for him because he had been cut off from the family too, and he was 11 years old, and he went in the house, and the little boy was deceased in the house, and he was wrapped in a blanket, and he had been dead for months. And the mother got up there and said she hadn't seen her son in 3 years. The crazy thing is, this man had 3 kids with this woman. He had 2 daughters and a son. And he basically starved his son to death. And it takes a long time to starve somebody to death. It ain't like something you can do in a couple days. It takes a long time to starve somebody to death. The mother said every time she wanted to see her son, the father would say, well, he's acting up. He ain't coming over. And he would bring the daughters over, but wouldn't bring the son. And then he said he kept getting in trouble. And you know why his father said he was getting in trouble? Because he was sneaking into the refrigerator getting food. You're not feeding the child. How do you expect them to eat? And the boy was like, he was 11 years old, less than 60 pounds when they found his body at 11 years old. And this is a case where, you know, this boy was cut off from the family. In the Melodee Buzzard case, this is another case where this has been cut off from the family. Now, the little girl is skinny. A lot of people believe in the picture that we're going to be looking at in just a few minutes. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up right now. That this, I've heard all kind of things about this picture. People are saying this is an adult. This is a look-alike. The cops have confirmed that this picture that I'm about to show you guys right here is Melodee on October 7th. Okay, let me pull this up. Let me share the screen with you guys. Okay, so I was just reading through the comments, and some people were saying this was an adult in a disguise. This is definitely a small child. Okay, this is not a grown-ass woman. If you're a grown-ass woman and you 4 foot something, you are a little-ass woman. I ain't saying it's impossible to be a little woman like that, but you either a midget or you're a small child. And this is a small child. But needless to say, the police have confirmed that this is the little girl. Okay, she's 9 years old. She looks a lot skinnier. Somebody said in one of the pictures, you can see it's an adult. You can see a nipple poking out. Okay, children have the same body parts as adults. Okay, maybe not as big, but they still have, you know, even men have nipples. Okay, so you can't judge if that's a grown person or a child by a nipple. Okay, that was just reading some of the comments people leave on things. You got to think to yourself, are these people stupid? Are they stupid? I mean, the police are confirming it's her, but yet you don't want to believe the police, right? Now, listen, I don't always believe the police. I get it, right? The police will lie to you, but she looks older in the face. I mean, the picture's grainy. The picture is grainy. Look at her little hands. That is a small child. Okay, that is a small child. So, guys, yes, and creepy AF. I'm watching from Alabama. Thank you for being here with us. And this is what led to people saying hateful things to me, is about, because, you know, I wanted to bring awareness about this child right now, because this is a brand new case. And every minute that this little girl's missing, her life is in danger, right? That's how I look at it. Now, the other cases that I've covered, you know, I'm honest. I don't think them children are alive. I don't think Jack&Lily's with us. I'm just going to give you my honest opinion. I don't think Summer Wells is with us. I don't think Jack and Lily, when I go searching for these kids, guys, I'm not searching for a kid to jump out from behind a tree and be like, hey, Dolly, here I am. I'm looking for bones. I don't usually get involved in cases unless I think there's some foul play. Now, this right now is a little early, which that's why it's so important to share her picture on your Facebook. That's why I changed the picture in the group. That's why I changed the name of the group, because there's a chance this little girl could be alive. Okay, now there's a slim chance that Sebastian could be alive. There's a slim chance that Jack and Lily could be alive. There's a slim chance that a lot of these kids could be alive, but it's a slim chance. This chance is a little bit better than slim, right? So a lot of people think this is an adult. They think it's a look-alike, like the lady went and got a look-alike to act like her kid. But, you know, people seen this kid inside the rental car place. And when she rented this vehicle, this kid was alive and healthy. She leaves for 3 days. She takes a 1,500-mile trip. And when she gets back, this child is not with her. Now, she did go to an area that she was familiar with. Okay. The mother did go to an area that she was familiar with where she used to live. Is that because she had friends there? Is that because she knew somebody there and she has dropped this kid off? Me, myself, if you look at the way things are happening with the stuff boxed up in the garage, I believe this lady planned on running. I believe she's a little bit delusional from her mental health issues. And her family came out today. This is the latest in the case. Her family on the mother's side has came out today and said, don't be so hard on the mother because she has mental health issues. Okay. So they know she has problems. The family knows she has problems, and she's done lost one kid to the baby's daddy. Now, we're not sure if social services took that child or if that child was handed over to the father. We're not quite sure. Rumors say the child was taken. Okay. Now, if you already have some mental health issues, you've already had one child taken, and you got the school coming down on you, you got the family trying to take the child, because that's the kind of vibe I get from their family on the dad side, is they want this little girl. They want her. And the mother don't want to give her up. And listen, what's your motherly instinct tell you? You ain't messing with my kid, right? Even as a dad, I know that. If you was coming to get my kid, you're going to have a hard time finding us because we're getting the hell out of Dodge, right? And I believe in her mind, she thinks people are out to get her. Dolly, the photo that they have put up where from 2 years ago, I heard a child can change a lot in 2 years, right? The latest photo is her now at this time. This is the latest photo of this little girl right here. The pictures of her chubby with a little fat cheek. She's grown out of that. Them pictures are when she was like 7. Okay. Kids grow fast. How many parents we got out here, right? I remember Tiff was tiny. My daughter is huge. Now she's bigger than me, right? But she grew fast. Tiff grew quick. I remember when she was like this. I remember when she was in kindergarten, I had to take her to the bus. Next thing you know, she was in high school. I mean, she grew fast. Years fly by. Kids change dramatically. Like even me, I was short and fat. I'm still short. I'm kind of fat too, but I got skinny quick and tall, a lot taller, right? And I mean, over one summer, I grew probably about a foot, and I looked like I was probably 30 pounds lighter. So kids change quick. If you don't think kids change quick, go buy shoes for a child. You can buy a size 6. 2 months later, you're going to be buying an 8. You know, they grow fast. Kids grow super fast, and their body change quick. And especially girls, believe it or not, girls, they seem to mature quicker than boys. Even as far as puberty goes, they go through it sooner than most boys do. All right. That's scientifically proven. Right. So little girls are going to change a little bit faster than little boys are. My youngest is 33. I have 3, and my son towers over me. My daughter's only a few inches. But I mean, as kids, you see how fast they change and how fast they grow. Like I can show you pictures of Tiff when she was 6, and I can show you pictures of Tiff when she was 9. It don't even look like the same kid. Okay. I mean, when Tiff was real little, she looked like Dora the Explorer, because she's half Mexican. She looked just like little Dora on TV. And then 2 years later, she didn't look nothing like Dora the Explorer. The processed food is responsible for that. Some people say that the hormones in meats make children develop faster than what they used to. But what I'm saying, this is the little girl. Okay. I mean, to make a long story short, this is the girl. They're showing pictures from a couple years ago where it don't even really, she's changed a lot. She's a skinny little girl. The pictures they show of her make her look like a chubby little girl, but she's not. She's a skinny little girl, and she looks healthy in these pictures. She don't look abused. I mean, she looks clean. Okay. She looks clean in the pictures. There's actually a few more pictures. Let me pull up some more of her here. A better look. This one. Of course, here we go. And it looks like she has on some little bit of lip gloss. And she's a 9-year-old little girl. I mean, and we got to remember these cameras that are taking these pictures, they're always shitty cameras. I mean, and this is what everybody's seeing her as. Okay, they're seeing this picture. All right, they're seeing this picture of Melanie. And that picture's just an old picture. They don't have any recent pictures of her. So this picture is like when she was like 6 or 7 years old. Kids can change so much. That face doesn't look like the girl at all. The police are confirming that it's her. Okay? They're saying it's her. Even the police are saying it's her. So this is like her when she was a little baby. Okay? This is her when she's a little baby. This is her as a 9-year-old little girl. All right? There's a big difference. I mean, she looks like the same to me. Definitely same complexion. Okay? Definitely the same complexion. Yeah, of course, your face is going to thin out as you grow, and your body, you get skinnier, right? She had baby fat here. That's how young this picture is. She literally looks like chubby like a baby, right? The fat cheeks, I grab your little cheek, you know what I'm saying? It's like a pretty little baby kid. She's at that age. Now she's at a little bit more of, in a few years, I'll be a teenager age. Okay. And that's the same girl. The features are the same. I think so too. I mean, but some people don't. Some people don't think it's the same. Like, I think this is a better look, like there to here of her, right? And you can tell, and this is a young kid. Look at her skin. Either she's a young kid or she's an Asian woman. Okay, and she don't have an Asian complexion, right? There ain't nobody but Asians got skin that good in kids. All right, that is a kid. So, but so many people are doubting this is even her, which blows my mind. But this little girl right here is missing, and she can be anywhere from Iowa to California. And, basically the mother left with her in a rental car, a blue, I believe they're saying it was a Malibu, a blue Malibu. I might be able to find a picture of the car. I'm not for sure, but they're saying it's basically a blue Malibu, and she's gone right now. The mother, of course, single. And I just had this feeling like, a lot of women these days, a white Impala. I thought it was a blue. I thought it was a blue Impala or a Malibu. Okay, y'all might be right. You sure it's white? A white Impala? A lot of y'all are saying that. White one. Okay, well, thank you guys. See? That's what happens when you get 700 bright, good-minded people together, right? What's cracking, Dolly? Hey, Tony. We just discussing this little girl that went missing, and all that good stuff. You know, just trying to bring awareness to these kids, get people talking about it, get the word out there, because the more people to see it, the better. So if you haven't yet, like this video, guys. It helps it in the algorithm, helps more people see the video, and of course, more people hear the story about this little girl missing. Somebody holds the answers out here. Somebody holds the answers, and I want to keep it hopeful that this little girl is with us. We're only at the 2-week mark. We're not at, like, you know, Sebastian, 2 years. We're coming up on, you know, this February, it'll be 2 years of Sebastian Rogers missing. Summer Wells, 4 years. You know, Summer Wells, 5 years, coming up 5 years. It's been so long, I'm losing count of the years on some of these kids. So I think we got to, you know, all the cases matter, but the most active ones we need to be on top of, because that way the sharing can do the most, because there's still a chance, like I said, that this little girl is alive. And, you know, because women these days, a lot of women don't go out. And a lot of people said this lady stayed in the house a lot. And now I stay in the house a lot, but I'm always on the internet talking to people, meeting people. You know, most of my social, and we're social animals, all of us are. I get most of my stuff out here on YouTube. And then, you know, I'm not as talkative when I'm out and about. PJ tells me that all the time. He's like, you know, you're actually kind of quiet when you're not online. I'd be like, well, man, I talk for 4 hours. I'm trying to chill now. You know what I'm saying? So I get most of that out. So, but I have that internet communication. And even though this lady, they said she didn't come out the house much, maybe she was inside. Thank you. Love you, Dolly. Love you guys too. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Maybe this lady was talking to people on the internet, and that's how she was, you know, getting out the social skills, you know, the social part of life that you need. Everybody needs to be a little bit social. You'll go crazy, right? Being by yourself is enough to make you go crazy, right? True. That's all it takes. You can lock a person in a room by themselves with nobody to talk to for long enough, and they will go insane. We're meant to have people to communicate with. So I'm thinking she may have met somebody online. Maybe she's on one of these dating apps. What that, Bumble or Plenty of Fish, or maybe she's on something like that. And she's met a guy, and she's like, I need to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. And this dude is like, I'll help you. One, we got to figure out where she's getting this money, because apparently she's living on government assistance. She's in debt with the credit card companies. Okay. So she's in debt with the credit card companies, and she don't owe a lot, but she's already filed bankruptcy. So she can't file bankruptcy again. So just say she goes out and get a job, they're going to garnish all her wages. Okay. Because she owes $7,000, which it ain't like a ton, but it's still a pretty good penny, right? It's still a pretty good penny. Now, once she got back, she was back for a little bit after renting this vehicle around the 7th. So by the 10th, 11th, she was back in town. Right? When did she file? She filed bankruptcy a few years ago. And then after she filed the bankruptcy, she was able to get more credit cards. And then she didn't pay the credit card bills. And now creditors are after her, right? But credit card can't really do much to you. All they can do is really garnish your wages, right? Or they can put in seizures if you own anything and try to take it. But she's not been answering the door, but people believe she's been at the house. But she does have a friend in town, because that friend took her to rent a car. Okay. And she couldn't rent it because I think at this point her credit cards are cut off from not paying debts. So she couldn't get a vehicle. But why did she want to get a vehicle? Dolly, I hate to tell you, I know people who filed bankruptcy several times. I thought you could only file bankruptcy once every 7 years. Right? You can't just file bankruptcy and you got to do it, wait 7 years. I mean, if you want bill collectors chasing you for 7 years, you can file it 7 years later. I think it's every 7 years you can file bankruptcy. I don't know. I've never filed bankruptcy. I've never been bankrupt. All right. So I don't know. I paid all my credit cards off and cut them up. And I went 20 years with no credit cards. I always thought if you can't buy it, you can't afford it. If you need other people's money to buy it, you can't afford it. Live with inside your means. And I'm one of these people, if I buy anything, I got to have enough money to buy it 3 times before I think it's justified to buy it. Like say something costs $1,000. Well, I need $3,000 in the bank to buy that $1,000 item. I got to be able to buy it 3 times. That's just always the way I've done things. And just recently, because of this channel, I had to get a credit card. I didn't even want a credit card. Didn't want it. I don't like interest rates. I don't like owing people. None of that. But when I went out to look for Emmanuel Haro on the screen right now behind me, I didn't have a return flight and I couldn't rent a vehicle without a credit card. So I had to get a credit card just to go out to look for these kids. Because if you don't, like say I go out there and I don't know how long I'm going to be there. Like I didn't know how long I was going to be in California. So I didn't know when to book the plane ticket home. And if you have a return flight, the airport will let you rent a car with a debit card. Okay, just your bank card. But if you don't have a return flight, you got to have a major credit card. So before I went to California, one of the holdups was me getting out there was I got to get this credit card in so I'm able to rent vehicles so I can get around. Because what good is it me in California? I ain't got no ride to the location, right? So I finally got a credit card, and now I only keep this credit card to rent vehicles. That's it. I don't use it for nothing else. It don't even come out my wallet. The only time I use it, I've used it twice at Enterprise. That's it. And that's the only place I plan on using that card. And then I pay it off before the interest. You know what I'm saying? I pay it off instantly. So as soon as I use it, I pay it. So it's just basically so I can rent cards. On Tita may have found some remains. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't find nothing. So we got to watch the clickbait. You know, people believe anything. He did not find any remains. Okay, I'll just fill you in on that. It ain't no might. He didn't. He didn't find no remains of Emmanuel Haro. Don't. Good titles, you know, I understand people need, you know, you got to make catchy titles, right? But no, I've seen what was going on. He did not find no remains of Emmanuel Haro. He didn't find any remains of anybody. He found some old trash. Okay, so, but that's how misinformation gets spread. Like, you know how you jumped in here and you said he might, then people will hear that you said that, and then they'll run somewhere else and say they found this and they found that. Next thing you know, they're making videos and it's not accurate information. So we try to stick to accurate as we can information here, right? Like this, he did a good job in the Emmanuel Haro case, but we don't want to jump the gun. We don't want to. We did that when he thought they found the remains of, you know, 2. We got to be careful of that type of stuff. And then, you know, of course, when things like this happen, that's what gives us sleuths. You know, that's why the media hates us and they talk shit about all of us, because we got to be a little careful about what we put out there as YouTube creators, right? Now, when you find something, you know, you report it, you see something, you say something type stuff, right? And I'm glad he's still sleuthing in the Emmanuel Haro case, but we have the answers to that, right? Jake killed that baby. We know that. I mean, he's pretty much confessed to that or pled guilty to that. So, we know what happened. And maybe they'll find the remains. I've used a credit card to rent a motel room. Well, you can usually rent a motel room with a debit card. Okay. As long as you have a security deposit, most hotels are usually like $300 to $500 security deposit. So you got to have that, at least that in your account to rent a hotel room. So I just want to clear that up that they did not find the remains of Manuel Haro. All right. So before anybody runs out of here and thinks they found the baby, they didn't. They're still looking, right? And hopefully, though, they do find the baby. We just got to be careful what we report on and check it out and give it. So many people want to be the first to report something that sometimes it's just not good information.
I don't believe anything unless I hear it from Dolly.
There you go. There you go. No, I can be wrong too, guys. I mean, I can absolutely be wrong. But I try not to be. I try to not jump the gun on things, right? And here's another thing, guys. If you do find something out there as a sleuth, and this is just one sleuth to another sleuth, don't touch it. Don't mess with it. Just get the authorities, let them do everything. Because as soon as you touch it, now it's useless in court at that point. Right? Don't be touching things. If you see something, take a picture of it, contact the authorities, let the authorities come in. Human skin and things. I mean, I don't know. Every creator does their channels different. I'm not going to tell another person how to do their channel, right? Because it ain't my place to tell people how to do what they do. Just like it ain't nobody else's place to tell me how to do what I do. I can suggest, like, hey, man, maybe a good idea is, don't mess with it. Take a picture of it. Don't find out what it is and then start the camera. Don't start the camera first and not knowing. But I mean, if I understand everybody needs views. Like it depends on what you're trying to do. I guess. I mean, I think the more people out there fighting for these kids, the better. Right. But we got to be decent in what we do. Like I've learned from everything I've done. Right. I don't want to repeat my same mistakes. Right. Because, I'm 5 years into it. That would be at least a bachelor's degree in college. Right. So you got to kind of learn. He was reporting what people said but it wasn't accurate. Okay. It's not accurate information. You got to kind of make sure your information is somewhat accurate. At least try to, right? At least a little bit. Try to make sure your information is accurate. Now, like I said, it ain't my job to tell somebody how to do the thing, and mistakes happen. I understand that. I get it, but then people start running around thinking the manual's found, and that's not true. Right. So we need truth is what we need. We just don't. The more confusion in it is what it is. If you ain't find a damn baby skeleton, then you didn't find the baby. Okay. But it's sad that Emmanuel Haro is no longer with us. It's heartbreaking, right? I want him found. I do. I truly do. But when the information comes out that he's been found, I want it to be real. I want it to be real information. And I understand as a YouTuber, it's hard not to jump the gun because you want to get the information out there, right? As quick as you can. And listen, as a YouTuber, there's nothing wrong with getting some things wrong. It ain't, because media gets shit wrong all the time. Mainstream media gets things wrong all the time. They didn't find no baby bones. Okay. They didn't find no baby parts. They didn't find a dead baby. I wish they would find them though. I wish somebody would find him, but I just, you know, he's a small child, and if they threw him somewhere with coyotes and other wild animals, you may not never find him, to be honest. And I think the police seen it that way too, because they were ready to charge them without the bodies, right? Yeah, I'm sure they looked at what was in the bag and investigated. Yeah, but trust me, if the body of Emmanuel Harrow was found, it'd be all over the news. Okay, it'd be all over the news. Like you'd be able to, like we'd be talking about it right now. If, trust me, I'd be talking about it right now if the body of Emmanuel Harrow was found, or the body of a baby. If they would have found the body of a baby, I'd be talking about it right now. But it, I'm not going to talk about something that ain't happening, right? I mean, like I said, I hope the police get out there with Jake, and I wouldn't give him any kind of deals whatsoever. Like even on his sentencing that's coming up, I would say, hey man, you have to tell us where this baby is. Pleading guilty, and then what do we do with Rebecca Harrow? What do you guys think we should do with Rebecca? And because no killing time, no, not been found. What do you think they should do with Rebecca Harrow? Now Jake's saying she had nothing to do with it. She didn't know. But she's still kind of sticking that she got kidnapped. That the baby got kidnapped. Lock her up too. What do we charge her with? Do we charge her with the murder? 440 thumbs, and we got almost 800 people in the room. Guys, take a second, like the video, and then once you do, I want you to shout out where you're watching from in the chat, okay? I want you to shout out where you're watching from in the chat. I wouldn't be surprised if Ahmad was the first reporter when he is found. He's on it. Yeah, I mean he's there. He lives in that area. You know what I'm saying? So I would hope so. You know what I'm saying? He's closer than me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm sure if they find the body, I'm sure the police are going to find the body. Okay. Or a hiker or somebody out in the desert somewhere. Now, if I'm to hide a body in the desert, you ain't never going to find it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I hide something in the desert, you ain't never going to find it. So, I don't really think nobody's going to find Emmanuel. I mean, you wouldn't even have to dig a really, really deep hole. I'm sure they buried this child somewhere. I see North Alabama, Michigan. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to Pig Fest due to death of a friend and depression, but today lifted my spirits to meet the other locals who just want to find this little young boy. Pig Fest in Tennessee, I guess that's one of those big festivals that go down in that area where Katie and Chris Proudfoot are. I've seen them wearing Pig Fest shirts. I'm guessing it's just a big pig picking. I don't know. I've never been to Pig Fest. I just wish they would do more to bring justice to this kid and bring attention to that kid. Now, these people that, like I said, were being hateful to me earlier. It's crazy that I bring more awareness to Sebastian Rogers than his own family does. It's true. It's absolutely true. And that's sad. That ain't good. Right? These people should be way outworking me. They should be out handing out flyers. They should be out doing everything they could. They should be putting search parties together. And this is just my opinion, And let me say this. Let me give my warnings. Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories, mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. Callers' opinions are theirs and theirs alone, not to reflect on Dolly. Everyone is innocent to proven guilty. That's Chris, Katie, even the mother here in the Melodee Buzzard case. Jack and Lily's parents. Everybody's innocent to proven guilty. Even you guys. Okay? And the biggest one of them all is don't try to be Dolly at home. We seen what happened last time somebody tried to be Dolly. If you didn't, I'll tell you what happened. Their teeth fell out, they grew man titties, and they ended up being a DoorDash guy. All right. Hey, Tiffany, what are you doing? But to see them not doing anything for their kid kind of blows my mind, right? And you would think you would take every chance to get on the media and talk about him missing. I don't know how we got to Sebastian Rogers, somebody, but we're going to be jumping around tonight. This is basically just a true crime overall discussion, right? So, hey, don't flatter yourself, Jimmy. I don't know what you're talking about. Can I prove that David unalived the girl? No. Dolly, you're so funny. I love your humor. Heard you loud and clear, Dolly. Hey, Tiff. Yeah, like, if your child was missing, what would you do to find your child? I think I would do more than they did. Tiffany said, check your messages. Okay, give me a second. I need to find my phone. I will check my messages, Tiff. What? You done lost your mind, kid. I will call you. Call me in the morning. Okay, just call me in the morning. That'd be better. All right, with your crazy request. And you should be in bed at 3:00 in the morning. All right. I'm gonna send you to live with the Proudfoots. All right. I'm gonna send you to live with Chris and Katie Proudfoot. I'm playing. I'm playing. Better tighten up, kid. Better tighten up. You better be lucky you got the parents you got. Oh my God, I said that with love, Jimmy. All right, don't get your ass blocked. All right, be like, hey, y'all want a kid? She's 20, going on 26. Late night, Dolly. Hey, Sweet Jones, good to see you. There we go. That's how you punish your kids. You send them to live with the Proudfoots. Okay, you're like, listen, I hate to do this to you, but I'm gonna have to put you in a home, the home of Chris and Katie Proudfoot. You may eat good though. They eat at Texas Roadhouse a lot. They do eat good. All right, they ain't missing a meal. They look healthy. I can give them that. All right. So where's Sebastian Rogers at? Does anybody believe this kid is still out there? Does people still believe he's in Alaska? Do they believe he's in a home? I mean, I still got people sending me pictures of kids that look like Sebastian. Sebastian, it's funny because Katie said she didn't take many pictures of him because he looked odd. He didn't. He looks typical. So many kids look like that. Even Chiron right here behind me. The kid looks like a typical kid. That's what kids his age look like. So I see kids all the time that resemble Sebastian Rogers. So I just think he looks like your typical kid. That's probably why people, so many people like, oh, I seen a kid that looked like him, because there's a million kids out there that look like him. Somebody says, no, Chris and Katie didn't care. I mean, I don't know what the circumstances are. I just always felt like they knew more than what they were saying. Is it possible that Sebastian Rogers could have ran away? Absolutely, it is. Kids that age run away all the time. Kids with autism, they're really highly by the time that they're 16 to elope, to run away. Most kids with autism do run away. So it's possible that he ran away. Now, do I think that? No. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, I kind of went back and forth on it a little bit, but I just feel like Katie, especially, not so much Chris. I know everybody hates Chris. They're like, oh God, Chris. He's like, hate it, right? And you want him to be guilty. But I think the person that knows the truth, and nothing but the truth is Katie. And more people hate Chris than they do Katie. Hey, but Katie was there with him. Katie is the one I would hold responsible. Does Chris have knowledge? And is he protecting Katie? That's always what I question. I think his alibi was easy to check out. Chris's. I mean, even a dumb cop can go see if he was at work. They can easily go pull the cameras from the Yogi Bear campground. You got to go in front of a camera to get into the campground. And when you leave, there's a camera getting you when you leave. So they would know if he was there. So his alibi is easy to check out. I mean, simple. A rookie cop can check that out. So I believe his alibi is legit. But that 3-hour phone call is when he was talking to her about something. And it's hard for me to believe that they've been married for that many years and they sit on the phone and talk for 3 hours. I just have a hard time believing it. Me and PJ been together 3 years. We don't talk for that many hours. Our phone call is like 10 minutes. Hey, what are you doing? You coming home for lunch? Blah, blah, blah. All right. I'll see you when you get here. Boom. You know? So to be like they talking to each other for 3 hours on the phone every night, I don't know. That's a whole lot of love there. And when I look at Chris, he don't look that loving to me. That don't mean he ain't. He just don't look that loving to me. Like he's gonna be like, okay, baby, how you doing? I'm gonna talk to you while you study, and we're gonna sit on the phone for a day. I just don't get that vibe from him. Where has Seth been lately? Poor Seth. Right? He surrounded himself by bad people, and then when the milk dried up, they vanished on him. Right? There were some people that were in it for the money. Right? And they were only in it when it was big views. They ain't in it when it ain't big views. And they all jumped ship. I mean, there's a lot of fake ass YouTubers out here. It just is what it is. I mean, if it don't benefit them, they don't care. And everybody basically looks like abandoned him. He was out there at the damn police station with one psychic lady. And look, I know Seth brought some of this on himself. Okay, I still feel bad for him. I'm just too nice, you know. And people be like, man, I wouldn't feel bad for his ass at all. I do. I just do. I mean, he has a missing kid. Even if he's a weirdo perv, he still has a missing kid. And that is like, that sucks for him, man. You know, it really does. And, you know, sometimes I laugh at him when he's around them idiots. And then sometimes I feel really bad for him. I have a mixed bag of feelings for Seth. Like sometimes I just want to give him a hug, and sometimes I just want to shake him and go, man, you just dumb as hell. And I just knew them people were taking advantage of him. Right? I just knew they were. And I think most of the internet knew that these people were taking advantage of Seth. And he just let it happen. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can understand it a little bit in the beginning. You're sad and you can't realize that people, you know, because people try to take advantage of you when you're the most vulnerable. And he was probably in a real vulnerable state. And I gave him that at first. And then once he had to realize that these people really didn't give a damn, he should have put an end to it. Like, why has he not put an end to Dog the Bounty Hunter and the fake intelligence agency? He knows that shit's fake. Like, why does he let it go? Why does he let these people use his son like that and not say anything about it? Why? I'm hoping it's because, well, at least it keeps the name out there. I hope that's the truth. I hope that's the truth. And if that's what it is, I'm good with it. Right? But why? Right? Why? And if anybody thinks that ain't a scam and you still believe that Dog the Bounty Hunter or whatever's kicking in doors looking for Sebastian Rogers, oh my God, you special. Okay? I'm talking special ed. You special ed. That was disgraceful. It was downright disgraceful. I lost so much respect for that man because I really respected Dog the Bounty Hunter. I did. You can't take away from him being a bounty hunter. He did a good job doing it. You know, sometimes there's glue that holds everything together. And I think Beth was that glue that held everything together. Okay? I truly do. Because after Beth, let's think about it. Has he ever been the same? He's been clout chasing ever since Beth has been gone. And like, I know he ain't the best person. Everybody makes mistakes. I mean, he said some pretty bad racial stuff and stuff like that. Everybody makes mistakes, right? But what he did with the missing kids and then the Gabby Petito stuff, it's almost comical, right? It's almost comical. If the situations wasn't so bad, I'd be laughing about it. If it wasn't such bad, and then to get up there and to try to sell your fucking book. Oh my God. I was like, what is he doing? There's no room for that, right? And like, and I know he prays a lot, and his new wife is into Jesus. I hope they truly ask Jesus to forgive them for that. I do, because that was horrible. That was just horrible. Anybody think that was okay? Anybody think? Listen. There's some good to it because, you know, Dog is a celebrity. He has a lot of people that follow him, and if he would have got the name right, it would have been a lot of people know about Sebastian, and that would have been a good thing. If he would have just came up and said, "Hey, there's this missing kid, and you guys need to share the photos. Let's just try to bring this boy home," like a John Walsh. You know, John Walsh don't get out there and do all that stuff. You know, like, look at all the good John Walsh has done for missing kids. It took a tragedy, right? But John Walsh, you know, he has some controversy with him too, you know, even with him. But he has done so much to help missing kids all around the world. Like, Dog could have just came up and spread awareness. Beth was the best part of Dog, and he would have been fine. I'd have been fine with it. It's when he started, like, saying all these things and like he had more power than he had, right? Like he was super dog. Like he was super dog. Listen, don't do that, because like I said, I really respected Dog, and I lost so much respect for him over that. And I think when you build a legacy, right, you'll be remembered as one of the greatest bounty hunters ever to do it. Right? Because he's getting old. He's getting up there in age. You don't want to tarnish that by doing something stupid. You agree any coverage is coverage? Yeah, and I hope that's really what it is with Seth. I hope he's just saying, well, look, man, I know they're bad, but at least somebody's talking about my kid. I would get that, but he ain't saying that. He ain't saying that. So we're just seeing all these bad people, and he's just rocking with it, right? He's just rocking with it. And it's made me lose respect for Seth also, right? So I'm like, but I still feel bad for him. You know, it's just different times. I feel different ways about it. You know, like when I seen him standing out in front of that place with just him holding one sign, when he should have had an army of people out there with him, and they should have been able to hear the crowd echoing through that building, and he didn't have that. And I think he would have if he would have done things the right way. But yet they were doing all this dirty, grimy stuff behind the scenes, trying to sue people and take people's channels down, and it was bad. It was bad, and I don't think that helped Seth any. And I think Seth knows that when he looks back at it, he would have done things differently. Things may have turned out differently. Seth is a good guy, in your opinion? Well, I don't know. That's debatable to me. At this point, I would say that's debatable. You know, what do we classify a good guy? Is he a good father? I mean, he's the only one that is out there that was putting up a fight for the kid. I mean, he was. That's what made me like Seth in the beginning. I was thinking, okay, look at his dad. He's out there. He's talking about he ain't going to give up till his son is found. 4 searches later, gives up. You got to have some drive in this world. There's a lot of quit in people, right? I don't like that quit stuff. It just has never been big with me. I've never been a quitter at anything sometimes I don't know when to quit. I would say that's my biggest downfall is I don't know when to quit. He's not normal like us, Dolly. Be nice. Trust me, I am being super nice. I'm being nice all the way around. I was going to say this, and this is truthful. Sebastian Rogers was failed by a lot of people. And that's the truth. I mean, you might not like it. It might be like, damn, that's harsh. But I think that's the truth. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, right? I don't expect Seth to be perfect. I don't expect anybody to be perfect, right? That ain't even the thing, you know? I hope he don't give up. I hope Seth don't give up. I want Seth pushing harder. I always have. Right? When I think Seth would have done great, and this is my honest opinion, he would have done great if he hadn't got around the people he got around. If he hadn't added that whole crew of idiots. Okay? I mean, why? Why? Right? Like, they were more worried about fighting for Bullhorn Betty than they were fighting for Sebastian. On both sides. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. Now, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. And y'all know what I'm saying is true, right? I'm not up here just lying and being mean. We're being real here, right? And if you have a different opinion than me, you're more than allowed to have that opinion here. I'm not mad at you for your opinion. I think, though, when you sit back and think about it, you be like, hey, Dolly kind of right about that. It could have been handled better. But listen, we can't change the past. We can't, right? But we can do better in the future, right? And let's hope he does. And I pray to God, little Jesus, please let Seth do good. Now that some of these bad people are away from him, and I told Seth he didn't need all these people. You don't need that. You're the voice of Sebastian Rogers. And he didn't want to be the voice. He wanted TikTok Tony to be the voice. He wanted Bullhorn Betty to be the voice. He wanted damn dude with the monkey to be the voice, right? He didn't want to be the voice. When Seth would get angry, that was the Seth I liked. Because I'd have been out there fighting for my kid. And that's how he should have been the whole time. But that didn't seem to be the case. So, dog was there. Yeah, you know where dog ain't. I just, why do that? Why do that? Trust all the wrong people? Yeah. Listen, have I ever trusted the wrong people in life? Yeah. I mean, it happens. But at some point you realize, hey, these ain't the right people. I got to get away from these people. And you do your best to get away from those people. I wish I could call, but I have really bad social anxiety. Okay. I just made a batch of pine tar soap. I love smelling like a tree. Okay, ciao. Young cat, pine tar. I haven't made no pine. I made some pine soap. I just made a whole ton of soap. Speaking of soap, I mean, I got coffees and cream. I got watermelon, lemonade, watermelon, raspberry lemonade. I got love spell. You name it, I made it. I made like 20 different soaps. Body washes. I got a new one, the man card one. We named one after the whole man card incident with Chris Proudfoot. And that's my man scent. It was called Hey Dude, but we just changed the name. Okay. So really it ain't new. We just changed the name of one we already had. Hey Dude just didn't have a good ring to it. So man card has been the ongoing joke online. So we named the soap Man Card. We have that in body wash and in a bar. But I made a bunch of new stuff. So if y'all have a great way to support the channel, keep Dolly alive and eating, go check out a hoodie, a Where's the Baby hoodie, some soap, lotions, body wash. I'm going to be making lotions tomorrow. We're out of lotion right now. But I made a bunch of new body wash. I made a bunch of soap. I think PJ's going to be making body spray and scent rollers. She ain't got to that yet, so they're not in the store. And I'm going to be making lotions tomorrow when I get up. Okay, if I get up. It's already 3:30 in the morning. If I get up tomorrow, I'm going to be making lotions. So the Where's the Baby lotion, the Where's the Baby smells like baby powder, for anybody that didn't know. But that's a great way to support the channel. T-shirts. We got Where's the Baby stickers. Can y'all see that? My green screen's on, so it's a little hard to see the yellow. But the Where's the Baby's in yellow. The Where's the is in yellow. Then the baby's in red. Dolly Vision in blue. Then it has a little baby crying. So them are the Where's the Baby stickers. They're 3x3 vinyl, so they're weatherproof, so you can get them wet. You can put them on your car. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with them. We've been throwing them in with soap purchases, or you can buy them solo, but it's a good way to support the channel while supplies last. So if you buy a soap, you'll get a sticker with it. Name one, Where's the Baby? We got a soap that's called Where's the Baby. It's our baby powder one. I was just telling y'all that. We've been had it. We had one, the Katie Come Clean with berries and cream. And Chris Proudfoot got mad about that one, but we said it was named after Katy Perry, but he just assumed that it was named after his Katie. But now we just call it Come Clean with berries and cream, but I haven't made none of those, so we're out of that. But we got pumpkin cake, we got cotton candy, we got candy cane for like Christmas, we got love spell, cherry almond. I made a ton. So check out the merch store, buydollysoap.com, and get you some. Wash your flaps. People smell good. You don't want to stink, right? You don't be out here in true crime community smelling like ass crack when you can smell delicious. All right. So also another one, a big case, because we've been talking, just mixing it up tonight, Jack&Lily Sullivan. And this is what the people got mad about, because I changed the name of the group. But like I said, if you're just tuning in and you're part of that group on Facebook of mine, you can post any case you want in there. It's about missing people, right? So I think people worry about the name too much. It's whatever the case is right then that we're focused on, is usually what I name the group, right? But the group is really Help the Missing, right? That was the original name of the group. And as the cases we're focused on of the most important right now, of course, would be the little girl, because Sebastian's been missing for 2 years. Jack and Lily been missing for over 6 months. Summer Wells been missing for 4, almost 5 years. So, of course, the most important thing right now is let's try to find a kid that has the most hope and get her picture out there. And a lot of people got mad. Well, not a lot of people, just a couple people. It's only like 3 people, but 3 people is 3 people. Jack and Lily's still important, right? You can still continue to post about Jack and Lily, share their pictures. But, you know, I don't know how these people pass a lie detector's test. And, you know, Daniel Martell got up here and told 3 different stories. He told the media one story, he told the police one story, and he told the internet another completely story about the kid being on an Indian reservation, that the mama handed him off to somebody and she's trying to hide the kids. How do these people pass a lie detector's test? Oh, we have rose petals too. Speaking of soaps, we made a rose petal one. How did they pass the lie detector test? That's the crazy question to me, is how did this even happen? How can you clearly be lying and then go take a lie detector test and pass it? So I don't believe these lie detector tests whatsoever at all. And then, you know, Daniel now, he's all cocky. Oh, they ain't going to find them. Like, why would you say something like that? I mean, I can understand me saying it, but I can't understand the parent saying it. Like, he ain't even a parent. That's the problem. We've been calling this dude a parent the whole time. Yeah, he may be Meadow's daddy, but he's nothing to Jack and Lily. Right? I mean, and instantly he talked about how in love he was with Malaya, and then next thing you know, he's in the DMs of some other chick. Thank you, Madonna. She's been a member for 33 months rocking with us. Thank you for rocking with us, Madonna. That's awesome. Missy says, we need Where's the Baby soap on the site. I will get some On the Baby soap up there for you tomorrow. I just got to make it. I made so much other stuff, I didn't get a chance to make it. So I got to go to my storage unit tomorrow to get my lotion machine so I can make lotion. And then I'll make some more. I'll make some Where's the Baby and Captain Crunch is the 2 I really need to make. Captain Crunch and Where's the Baby soap are good sellers, and I need to make both of those. But I also need to get my lotion machine so I can fill up lotion bottles. So once I got to stop by there and do that tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but I got caught up watching TV, and so I didn't get a chance to do that. But I'm going to do that tomorrow. So be looking on the site. I'll try to get it up there for you guys tomorrow, and then time you order it, I'll make it. 34 Jenny Bug says 34 awesome months. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here that long with us. So like I was saying, in the Jack and Lily case, we know that these people are liars. I mean, I know they're liars. I've listened to everything they've said. Well, of course, Malaya, she ain't said much. And then the letter she put out thanking everybody for searching for her kid, but she ain't done nothing. You know, she reminds me of a Casey Anthony. And you know, at the beach with her living her best life, and then the family's out there talking about, well, we don't want her to be sad forever. Well, damn, can you be sad for 5 minutes at least? Can we get 5 minutes of sadness? Because that seemed like it would be normal, you know? And of course, they done searched and searched multiple times, RCMP. Cadaver dogs, they took months and months to bring them in. Like, I don't know. I don't think they put enough pressure on the parents to talk. And then, of course, we had with Malaya Brooks running and lawyering. Katie did more than Malaya. Let's think about that. Katie Proudfoot did more than Malaya. We give Katie a hard time all the time, right? But she technically did more than Malaya Brooks did. She gave more interviews. clearly. We did see her out searching one time, right? She was out there with Steven Fisher while he was out there flying them drones. I don't know, that guy there, he's something else. I don't know if that really counts as searching, but they were out there at least, you know. We didn't see that from Malaya. Sending lots of love to you, Dolly, and the kind crew. Thank you, Shauna. So we didn't see that in the Malaya Brooks case. We instantly seen them split up. And, you know, they talked about their home like it was all happy. And then we find out it wasn't a happy home. Allegedly, he was in the bathroom doing, you know, a math problem. 2 + 2 = Space Mountain. I don't know. And then, of course, Katie and Chris Proudfoot made it like it was a happy home. And then more comes out that, well, the kid was uncontrollable. He was having behavior problems. We were trying to put him in a home. Well, that don't sound like the happy home y'all made it out to be in the beginning. Just like Malaya and Daniel's home, that don't sound like the happy home that they made it be like in the beginning either. And usually when I hear people say there's nothing wrong and life is just perfect, I know they're full of shit. Every family goes through problems. Everybody's house has a little chaos. It may be minor, you know, especially if you're older, it may be less. But when you're young, there's always chaos in every family, right? Every family I've ever been around, there's always been some fucking crazy shit going on, right? And so usually when I hear people act like the shit is just too good to be true, that's because it's too good to be true. We don't live in the era of the Brady Bunch anymore. It just don't happen. So I don't know. I don't know it seems like a lot of people are getting away with murder. Let's be honest. It seems like a lot of people are getting away with murder. I ain't saying they did it. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying whoever did it has got away with it. Dolly, you one of the few that actually use donations to search for these children. Flights, lodging, food, very expensive. Appreciate you. Linda, thank you. Yeah, I don't, yeah. You know, some of the hating ass people, they have never spent nothing on a missing kid. Right? They have never spent nothing on a missing kid. They never went out searching. They ain't never had to pay for hotels, rental cars, plane tickets, be away from their family, be away from things they enjoy doing. You know, everybody acts like when I go searching for a kid, I'm on vacation. And yeah, listen, if I was vacation, I'm going to vacation somewhere I want to be. Right? I don't want to be in Tennessee. I don't want to be in damn the desert. Do I look like a desert dweller? Okay, I'm white and redneck. Do I look like I belong in the desert? And then they'll be like, oh, he on vacation. He vacation. No, I'd be on a beach somewhere. I'd be in Florida. I'd be in damn Hawaii. I'd be somewhere. Aussie True Crime, thank you for being here with us. 33 months. I'd be somewhere I enjoy, doing something I enjoyed, parasailing, out on a boat, spear fishing or something. I wouldn't be out searching for kids if that's a vacation to me. I do it because somebody needs to do it. You know, and like I said, these people that say negative things, they ain't done nothing. They ain't done nothing. And they have a nerve to speak on somebody that does. It's horrible. And then when you work your ass off doing these things, and you got people that just will shit all over it. Like, man, I do all this and people still just don't get it. But I don't do this for you anyway. I do this for me. I just bring you guys with me on the journey. You know, so these people that if you don't appreciate what I do, or why are you even on my channel? I don't get it. If you don't support the cause and you're not about finding missing people or looking for missing people, why are you worried about what I do? It for me, it just don't make sense. Right? It don't make sense. If you rock with me, thank you guys. Thank you for supporting what we do here. That is awesome, right? I want justice for these kids. This ain't about the average watcher. It's about bringing justice to these kids. That's it. In the end, that's why I tell everybody, it's like, listen, I'm not trying to be friends with these YouTubers out here. I'm not trying to be friends with these families out here. I just want justice for the kids. That's it. I make it really, really, really clear. And you think about all the court cases I've been to and all the places I've been to search, and for somebody that hasn't never done any of that to say something mean about me, you don't have to write. You just don't have to write. Like if we was on the same playing field, then you could have the right to say something negative about what I'm doing. Especially if you was doing more than me or better than me, then you have that right to say something about me. But if you don't, if you ain't got off your ass, you don't even share the kids' pictures, you don't talk about the kids, you don't try to bring awareness to them, you don't go out and search for them, you don't have no reason or no right to talk bad about me. You don't know me like that. We ain't on the same level of people. It's clear. I mean, it's like most of the people that come here, they want justice for these kids. They want these kids to have a voice. They want somebody to fight for these kids. PJ, you better go your ass to bed, woman. You got to be up in 2 hours. So, you know, when you see hateful stuff like that, I need to kind of not pay it no mind. But, you know, I'm a human being just like everybody else. You know, I don't want to see people, I'm doing everything I can to help, and then people are just like, it's not good enough. Like, it's terrible. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. I don't know how PJ gets up. I don't know how she gets up either. She's gonna probably be mad at me tomorrow, saying I'm loud. People get me riled up. Okay, so we touched on Melodee Buzzard. We touched on Sebastian. We've touched on Jack&Lily Sullivan. Vincent, thank you so much, brother. Thank you for being here with us. And thank you for your donation. Jumping on the Bless Express. You ain't blessed unless you on the Dolly Express. Okay. And Vincent is blessed. Kay's Candle says, love listening to Dolly. They need to leave you alone. They ain't bothering me. Like, they ain't harassing me. There was just a couple comments that I didn't sit well with me. Right? I thought it was unnecessary. Right? Like, I'm trying to bring awareness for a kid, and y'all are giving me a hard time. Like, if I was, I don't know. I don't do anything bad these days. I'm born. I don't even know an example of anything bad that I could do. But if I was doing something bad, I could get it. But when I'm trying to do something good and positive for the true crime community and spread awareness for these people like Holly Snap missing and this young lady, right? Because this is what started it. Is I changed the name of the group to Searching for Her, and they didn't like that. I guess the only kid that's important to them is Jack&Lily, right? Instead of all these kids being just as important. It don't make a whole lot of sense. We're here for all the kids. We're not here just for one kid. And if I had to pick one kid, it'd be Summer Wells. She's the one that got me doing this anyway, right? But it ain't that. It's all these kids are just as important, and we're going to treat them all as they're important. There should be a t-shirt slogan. Don't be unnecessary. Well, you know, yeah. It's just, I don't know. You ain't got nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing at all. Being hateful is just hateful, right? Because when I look at your comment and it's hateful, I just think you're a hateful person. I'm like, yeah, that's a hateful person. If you want people to think you're hateful, then say hateful things, I guess. I don't want people to think I'm hateful, right? You'd be like, well, damn, you know, Dolly, pretty nice guy. So sometimes too nice, because, you know, I could have grabbed a keyboard and cussed you out, right, for the people that left bad comments. But no, I'm not taking all that time and energy and negativity to even respond to that, right? I'm going to keep it positive and I'm going to keep it moving. Man, I might discuss it, right? But, you know, so people in the future, if they leave that comment, know that, you know, hey, listen, I'm a human being just like you. Sometimes people think you're like a character on the internet. You ain't a real person, and they can say whatever the hell they want to say to you. Would you say those mean things to me in person? Think about that. When you type something, ask yourself, would I say that to this guy in person? Would I just be a pure T Karen and say that to this guy in person? That you're not around me daily. You don't know what I do, right? You don't know what's in my heart, but you think you do. That's the problem with people is when you think you know every damn thing. You know what? The older I get, I think I'm getting wise because I know now that I don't know shit. The older I get, the more I realize I don't know. And I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. I don't know what people are feeling. I don't know what people are going through. Like the people that said bad things to me today, they could have been having a bad day. You know, maybe they needed a hug. And I should have said, hey, listen, I know you think these things about me, but let's get down to the deeper root of your problem, what you're upset about. You know, because you're probably upset about something else. And you just like, you're taking your upsetness out on me. Maybe you didn't get a toy you wanted when you was a baby and it stuck with you in your subconscious for 30 years. And now you're just like, fuck Dolly. Because you didn't get that teddy bear when you were walking through your store and your mama said no. Now we just got to get to the root of the problem. That's it. It probably ain't even me that is the problem. It's probably something deeper in your subconscious. And I probably should have been a little more caring today when y'all were saying mean things in the group. And I should have been like, okay, listen, let me get to the root of your problem.
Steam locomotive emoji. CH. Cloud emoji. Cloud emoji. Cloud emoji.
That was a lot, chow. Okay, we had a 3 emoji limit here on Dolly Vision. Three. Now listen, I know there's some trauma that we need to get to the root of, and I'm giving out free hugs. So listen, if you're in a bad mood and you want to say something mean about Dolly, just hit me up first and be like, Dolly, I'm in a bad mood and I'm thinking about saying something mean to you. And I'll be like, okay. Then I'll pull out my psychiatrist hat. We'll get down to the root of your problem. All right. And I'll go in there and I'll scramble your brain around back to normal. Right. We'll tighten up your bolts a little screwdriver. And then you won't be mad anymore. You'll just be a happy person. Right. I think that's how them cults do it. You ever notice people in a cult are always happy? Right. If you're miserable, join a cult. Okay. That's all you got to do. There's all cult people always happy as hell. You're like, damn, why are you so happy? Like usually when I see somebody super happy, I think cult. I'm thinking Jim Jones, Hellbot Comet. I'm thinking something crazy. Like Mormon. You ever seen a Mormon? You ever seen a Mormon mad? I ain't. That's kind of scary. That's kind of fucking weird, right? Think about it. Think about that. Have you? Nah, you ever seen the people from Heaven's Gate? They were all smiles and shit. It's spooky. It's absolutely spooky. All right. I hear producer moving. I think I done woke up the producer. So that's about my sign to get out of here for the night. I didn't get to get into the Summer Wells stuff. But of course, Candace knows more. Don Wells knows more in that case. Now, I used to think Summer died accidentally in that car, but I don't know. Lately, I've been getting a different vibe, and I think this Summer Wells' disappearance is drug related. And there's some bad people that were involved with Don and Candace Wells, and they know, and I think they're scared to say something. That's what I think. I could be wrong, because usually I was like, yeah, it was an accident and they covered it up. But I don't know. I think they were involved with all the wrong people. They had a lot of terrible people on that hill, and something tragically happened to Summer. And somebody did grab her. But they know more about who did and why they did. And I just don't think they're saying. But I'm going to get out of here for the night, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. Be good. Just remember this. Even you people that are hateful, Dolly loves you. I got nothing but love in my heart. And I hope that you guys will too. Okay. And if you don't, add a little bit of love to your heart. It'll make you feel better. Okay. It may not make you smile like you're in a cult, but it'll make you feel a little bit better inside. All right. So all them people that said mean things, I probably should have just stopped it and gave you a hug and wished you the best. All right. But if you're watching this video, I do. All right. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Even if you're mad, maybe you'll get over it one day and you'll apologize for saying mean things to me. All right. If not, oh well. I tried. Be good, guys. Love you. Peace.